Alright, for the 8 chapters, we'll talk about these. Alright, so this one and this I will have for the recording video and you should check it. So the others, while we have the free classroom, maybe I will think about and possibly I will record so that you can check the video and then we can have the free classroom style for teaching and learning. Well, because we have the performance evaluation, so you are know at least you need to have the background of probability theory and statistics. So hopefully you have the background. If no, maybe you need to reconsider to join or not. Okay. Maybe let me stop and restart. Alright, and here we have the schedule. And possibly we can have the tight schedule. So this is the current arrangement. But for the final project, I ask you to let me know the topic. So topic plan of the final project. As for the final project, how to have the final project later I will let you know, and so that we will have the description for the way to grade the final oral presentation and the final report. And we will have final exam here, and currently should we use 2 weeks for the oral presentation? Maybe we can check it later, but at least I already have 12 to 14 minutes for the presentation. So possibly, yes, we need to have 2 weeks for the presentation possibly. And this semester, we don't have any day off for our code, so it's okay. We can follow the schedule tightly. Well, that's also about the syllabus and questions. If no, let us check this part. Preparation or details of the final report and the oral presentation. Well, the mission for you need to read a conference or a journal, paper, and best out there one to have the final report. But if you have 2 members, I ask you to have an extra pages. Later I can show you the page requirement for the report. And possibly if you can read the article, you should demonstrate something addressed by that article. Alright, so possibly you can demo something, or maybe you can show something. So, which topic you can use? In fact, related to all codes actually is wireless and mobile networks. So, any article relating to wireless and mobile networks, that's okay for you to have the topic. Later, if we want to have the beta score, and then you can check those items to enhance it. And the possible number of members, this one not the same as our group. It's a different story. So we have 1 to 2 people. Alright, so you should find your teammate. And so that you can have 2 people to form the team. Or maybe you can do it for yourself, so that's okay for you. So currently for the group, just for the good discussion, and sometimes we have the think pair share, so it's not the fixed partner. And for this one, it's fixed. You can find it and then you can work with your team member for the final project. And here, this is a requirement for the patterns of the final report. 5 pages per team member. If you have 2 people or 2 members in the team, and then you should have 10 pages. Alright. As for the actually just maybe the format here. Alright, double space. Well, so now we already have the grading policy. If you pick one topic, then I will check knowledge about the topic and maybe some consideration of hobbies or something else. So it's difficult to go through, and then I think you have difficult topics. So of course, I already have more points. And for presentation skill, it's the oral presentation. Demonstration, abstracting the content, you can have the report, you can have the oral presentation. And the report quality for the report. Alright. Including some detailed description, organization, etc. So, these are the possible items for checking the report. And of course, if you have to, then we will have the contribution. You need to show the contribution explicitly, and so that I can pass on the contribution to that you have the differentiation. Well, for final report, I use this way to have the rubric. If yes, you follow the theme of the course talking about the wireless and mobile networks, at least you actually it's tight, really tight, and it's tightly so that you can have the base 80, or maybe loose and then you have 60, or you rather than just 30. And you pick one topic and then it's hard to go through, and then high and then you can have 5 points, low and then 1. And check the content of the topic completely, and then you can have high 5 and then low 1. And the contribution high is 5, low is 1. And the novelty of the other factors, okay, it's novel idea here. So you go through and then high, medium, low. So we have this way to evaluate the final report. I saw that we have this thing, type, rules, and irrelevant, and then we have the other factors, so now we have the individual one, so that you can have the calculation. If indeed you make the thing tightly, at least you have 80. Alright, so the others, you can check it further. And likewise, we can have the rubric for the oral presentation. But rubric for the oral presentation, we have a fluency of the presentation. Clear or not, organization, time control, and then you can have the way to show how to let us know what you talk to us. And of course, you may have something to demo to show something, and I may ask you some questions. So we have the chat active. And of course, if you have two members, only one to represent, so the presenter will have 4. So the others, at least you have 2. If you don't come to the oral presentation, then no show is 0. Alright. But 0 doesn't mean you don't have points for the others. I will check. Alright. Maybe corresponding to no shows or how about these. Alright, so I will pass on the team, but I try to have the differentiation. And finally, we have the similar rubric for the oral presentation. Same. If the topic meet the theme tightly, then we have 80 for you, and we can check the other factors further. And so that we have the way to grade the oral presentation. That's time. Actually, that's an answer. One student asked me to have some explicit rubric, so that's why this time I follow some idea like I want to have the rubric, so the oral presentation and the final report. Alright, that's also, these are the rulings for the final project. I think they are clear, right? So the other deadline for the final project topic is April 16. I will have an activity. I ask you to key in your title for the topic, and so that I will understand which one you want to focus. And our presentation test, because we have 2 weeks, so we have 4 days. And final report, the deadline for the final report is the final day of the semester. So possible reference, you can check possible reference in the syllabus, or maybe you can try to search for yourself. Oh, maybe. But I do not encourage you to use that one. Is it okay to ask ChatGPT to have the report for you? No. Alright. So you should read your article, and you should have your own way. Alright. And how to have the report? Firstly, we mentioned it's an EMI, so the report should be written in English. So if you ask the ChatGPT to have the translation for you, is okay. This one is okay. But do not ask the ChatGPT to prepare the report totally for you. If so, it is not okay at all. Alright. 就 ChatGPT 帮你直接写出报告不行，然后帮你翻译可以。翻译至少也有内容，但是是翻译 ，OK。So if you ask the ChatGPT to have for the translation, that's okay. But do not ask ChatGPT to prepare the report for you. So this one, I didn't have some regulation here, but I mentioned here, right? Alright, so almost all for the second part of the syllabus. And next time we switch to the so-called negotiation to know something about you. Well, if you still think you want to join Presenter, you can scan the QR code. Alright, so let me continue. So this part we definitely have the negotiation. And also showing some of the video for you, what it looks like for the possible activities. We want to know your background of language, specifically English. And we will share some video, one from my past EMI course and one from NTU. And of course I try to have the questionnaire about some questions, and so that you can feel how to use at least for other parts to have the feedback. And of course, I try to have some possible way for you what to do if you want to take the course, EMI course. So first of all, this is the first question. I think you know the question. Are you a native speaker of English? Okay, so next one. How confident do you feel while taking this course in English? Perhaps I forget to update this one, so later I'll try to update for you. And what are the most worried about this course? Exam in English, homework in English, using English in class, understanding lecture in English, none of the above. So let me have the updated poll for you using poll article. Sorry, maybe I forget to update this, so wait a moment. Maybe I use a different way. So this time I skip insert the poll article, but let me have this. Normally, I should have a PPT slide for this, but maybe I have a course in the morning, so I forget to update the poll for the slides. First one. And for this one, let it have 2 minutes. And if all of you stay here, so I will have the records for you since this week. If some of you join later, maybe not you, some of the other guys join later, perhaps I will start since next week. But check it first. This is a poll article. And you are asked to have the information of registration. You need to have student ID and your name. If possible, you don't have the registered account, at least you need to show your student ID and name using maybe the icon, screen name. I mean, you can find a screen name, so you can key in student ID and the name using the field of screen name. Alright, so yes, maybe one thing is the native speaker. Let me make sure who. Who is the native speaker? 有人写 native speaker 是谁 So who choose native speaker?
I think I first I misunderstood the question.
Oh, okay. But you choose.
Yes.
Okay, fine, no problem. So actually no, right?
No.
And next one, this. Sorry. Maybe it's ready for you, but still enlarge this for you. First one, never taken is taught in English. And you ever taken language courses called ESL or EFL. And the next one is EMI. Alright, and finally, no. None of the above. Same, today we have 2 minutes to fill in. Actually, this one is EMI. Right, it's EMI. And this one is language, so ESL. And the first one, neighbor. And And the final one actually, now on the bar, okay, I don't want to let it know. So EMI percentage is 64. You've ever taken EMI courses. And maybe, 30% says no. All right. Okay, finish for all of you. All right. The next one. This one is EMI, so which item you think? In fact, I allow you to change, and maybe I allow you to keep multiple times, but pass with just one time. Yeah, not confident corresponding to the percentage. Never actually never took courses in English. And very confident maybe for some students from Indonesia, from the other countries. Right. Okay. Same. Finish. Or maybe not finish, raise your hands. This one. You worry about exam in English because we don't have the homework here, so I think you won't be necessary to worry about homework. And using English in class essays, you are pushed to express in English. And understanding lectures in English. Actually, it's, for example, slides here, or maybe, okay, I try to let you have the content, so do you understand what I talk to you? Well, same. 30% because of near 30% never actually you never took the course in English, so you worry about this. And now actually everything's okay. Yeah, maybe a bit higher. Same, finish. Okay, so let me go to the next one. Well, this one maybe later we should check it, but let me, sorry. So that one, I will show you the poll again, but let me check this first.